same energy.
Hey. Welcome, you guys. Another Boss Conversations with Janeah. Welcome. This is the end of Black Women's History Month. And so I'm so happy to bring these queens on so we could talk about everything all women's history, our history pertaining to the women we've dealt with and being women and all things women, mother, all that. So I want you guys to welcome my guests. So I have coming to you, I have my Queen Paris, Queen
Yes.
Maria, and Queen Mimi. Millionaire MeMe, Paris Valencia, and Maria Monique. Hello, ladies.
Hello,
Hello.
beautiful.
It is so good to have you guys on. Thank you guys for coming on so we could talk about our womanhood and all the greatness it entails. So, how are you guys doing tonight?
I am doing well. I am just really grateful to be here. And these the ladies right here.
Right. Mimi, how you doing?
I am feeling wonderful. I am honored. I feel like this is amazing energy. So I'm just like,
All right, Maria, what about you, Queen? How you feeling tonight?
I am feeling amazing. I have been honestly waiting on this day, so let's just get it rolling. Yes, let's get started.
Let's get it rolling. All right, ladies. First and foremost, I want you guys to introduce yourselves. I want you to introduce yourself. Let me know what businesses you running, what business you do, artistic, anything you have going on. Come on and let me know. And we'll start with you, Paris. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I got a few things. I'm a music artist. But I also have a massage business, massage therapy. So I do have my own practice. I do mobile services as well. So you have the option of coming to me or I'll come to you. Whichever is best for you, we'll take care of you, get you on a wellness journey. And I'm also doing film and photography for birthdays. It doesn't matter, whatever you're trying to do, make that call and I'm going to get you where you need to be.
All right. Mimi, how about you?
so to sum it all up in one title, I'm a servant. Okay.
Yes, God.
I am a servant of many different things, but most of all, right now, my focus is I'm a servant to the financial industry. I focus on helping people build their financial house and making sure you're building it with a stable foundation. I show you how money actually works versus what you were taught, and how to make sure that you keep your money and that you
Mm.
work. Your money works for you versus you working for your money,
Yes,
and
God.
I specialize in that and a host of things.
All
But
right.
that's my main focus right now because we're doing deaf to GoFundMe. All for like we're not doing GoFundMe no more. Our people will have a legacy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right, Maria, Monique. Let's go, girls.
Maria Monique is branded in many businesses, and planning on having many more. So we're going to start off with Maria Monique, where I make jewelry by my own hands using natural stones, natural crystals. I make my jewelry with a purpose. It's Muriel Monique Boutique, where your creation is my design. So most of my pieces are one of a kind, and
Oh,
they are meant for the person that buys it. So, and that's the whole purpose of me making it. So when I make a piece, again, like if I put an amethyst and a green aventurine together, what I'm doing is I'm combining the love and the mind. And a lot of times when we in that situation, when we in love, our mind, we don't listen to our mind. Our minds be telling us we need to do this, but our hearts will have us going somewhere else. So it's like it's all about the
Left.
balance. So,
That's
so
true.
that's with Maria Monique Boutique. I'm definitely on Facebook. I have a website as well. It is I'm putting some work into it because I did make some new pieces that I am planning on putting on there soon. So that's one. Second one is Maria Monique Speaks. That is my podcast. Oh my God.
Yes.
So dear to my heart. Like my podcast, Maria Monique Speaks, where your truth will not be judged. That podcast is all about transparency. It's all about love and understanding. And it's also about just healing, because even though we go through our days and we feel like we're not dealing with anything, but certain things come up, we still dealing with some stuff. And to actually be at a table with other people that understands that and able to actually help you continue on your healing journey, and that's all we're doing. All we're doing is just uplifting each other on that show. And I am a very open book. So I have no problem with telling my story because I feel like my story is a testimony to help anybody else out, because a lot of people are afraid to tell their story. A lot of people are afraid because they think ain't nobody else dealing with it. But to actually see that, man, this person been through it, this person been through it, but they still moving forward, that's uplifting. So that's the whole purpose of why Muriel Monique Speaks was made. Last but not least, I got Muriel Monique Unique Business Services. That is where I am hiring people to work from home. I have been working from home since 2018, and I wouldn't change it for the world. You save gas. I ain't got to worry about childcare. I'm working while my kids are at school. If I need to take off work to take my kids to the doctor, or if I wanted to just be off of work just because, I'm able to work on my own schedule. So I picked it up to actually really honestly help out anybody, but main target is my women, the mothers that, we be missing out on a lot of stuff with our kids, like missing out on basketball games, missing out on this different stuff because these jobs are there. I don't want to get too into it, but y'all understand what I'm saying when it's like these
Yes.
jobs demand you to be there, but then it's like your family demand as well. So to be able to work from home and work on your own schedule, I think that's great for anybody. It could be your second job, that could be your main job. So yeah, so that's what I got. I got a jury business, a podcast, and a work at home business.
So, like most of the bosses that I bring on here, as you see, all of these queens have more than one hat that they're wearing as a boss. And that's the way to get to them meal tickets. See, Millionaire MeMe, yes, Millionaire MeMe. How you become a millionaire? Multiple streams of income. You got to hit it every angle you can hit it at. I think that is all great. And as you guys can see, we have a whole different array of women, businesses, artistic levels, all of that here. And that's one of the things I wanted to highlight because we're celebrating women. And look, this is a whole smorgasbord. What do you call it? S'moresboard?
Yeah, that
Smorgasbord?
got a variety. You got a
You have a
variety.
variety. It's like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're gonna get, you know?
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
so being that we are talking all things women, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Maria. Could you give me one reason you are grateful for being a woman?
Man, I can't even find the words for that because it's tough being a woman. It really is. It's not easy at all. But what I love about being a woman is that, for one, the creations that I make. I look at my children every day and just be like, man, y'all just don't understand how much y'all have changed my life. They get on my nerves sometimes, but at the end of the day, they still man, and they are the reason why I do everything that I do. Um, Another thing that I love about being a woman, other than just being a mom, is just I can't find the words for it because I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. I'm happy that God made me who I am. Um, it's like I said, it's tough to be a woman at times, but it's also rewards within it as well. So I can't really actually find the words to describe that, and I do apologize for that. But I'm just happy that I am a woman. I'm glad God made me a woman. So
It's all
that's what I
good.
got.
Yeah, it's all good. So, Mimi, Millionaire Mimi, give
Yes,
me a
I'm here.
reason you are grateful for being a woman.
Tell you three things why I'm grateful for being a woman.
What you could give me one, two, three, however many you want, but
Oh,
one is
okay.
good.
Well, see, I had to grow. So I'm gonna tell you this: through pain, I learned the beautifulness of being a woman, and I never understood a lot of things. And to go through the things that I went through from pain to purpose helped me understand how powerful a woman really is. A woman has the ability to bring life into this earth. That
Mm-hmm.
ability alone brings life into this earth. We have the ability to speak life, but we speak life like no other, no other. But that's why the woman is attacked so much, because of the life that we bring. So, with that being said, I love being a woman simply because I'm like a spaghetti noodle. I
Yes,
read
God.
this book when I was a kid, and it said women are like spaghetti and men are like waffle. With me, like to this day, I remember exactly where I was on a yellow school bus reading that book, and I was like, man, I couldn't. But men don't think outside the box. See, a woman's gonna figure it out. A woman's gonna come to you and say, look, I understand it looks like our backs against the wall, but guess what? We can do this. That is speaking life. And not only is she gonna tell you that you can do this, but a real woman gonna do it with you. A real woman gonna
Tabernacle.
go through the struggles and everything else. So, do I love being a woman? Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes we cry. But guess what? We're going to get back up again, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to keep doing it till it get done, because that's what being a woman is.
Yes, God.
All right,
Tabernacle.
all right. And let the church say,
I know, right?
amen.
I love women. I love us.
Mm-hmm.
I just with love, when we come together, it's no limit on what we could do.
Yes,
Period.
yes, indeed. So, Paris, come on, let us know why you're grateful for being a woman.
We are the most powerful beings on this planet.
Yes.
And what I would definitely have to start with is the ability to porter a child through me. Just being able to give the ability to bring a child through my womb, that tells me more than I need to know. If I'm a creator of life, then who am I? What power do I have if I have the ability to create a life? Endless. And I love everything about being a woman. The way my body feels. I like the fact I have a vagina. Like I love everything that has to do with being a woman. And I love the nurture that we have, the love that we naturally have within us. We literally can heal the land with just our love. And that's
Yes,
everything to me, baby.
yes. I think you guys
Yes.
all summed it up. I would say the same thing, like definitely just to be able to give life and then to see that life give life. Like me becoming a grandmother was a whole nother level because now I get to see what kind of mother I was through my child, and that is just another layer of beauty that comes from woman, that only can come from woman, passed down to woman. So to see your next generation coming up into motherhood, it's just a joy to know that I birthed that, who birthed that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
That legacy going, yeah.
and the legacy is going to keep going. So yes, it is a beautiful thing. So I did want to ask you guys a question. So we're talking about birthing and generations of women. So Paris, give me a story, situation, memory, or something of a woman, an elder or a woman in your past in your life that has added value to you as a woman.
I would have to start with my godmother,
Okay,
Miss Joe Bessie Harris. Y'all don't forget that name.
okay,
This is a person that it doesn't matter who you are. If you're in her presence, you her baby. It's you feel like home. And I think she gave me and the type of person I am and the difficulties I had growing up, just being myself, to have someone look at you and see you
come on.
is I think that's the confidence I think every individual needs. Just one person in life to truly see them. My mother see me as well, but my godmother played a role in my life where she gave me that feeling like, baby, you everything. And I think that type of strength, because she didn't have a traditional job. She took care of a lot of children. She had over 9 children just living throughout her house, and none of them were biologically hers. But you would never
Oh
know that.
wow.
You would never know that.
Okay.
And that's why it's just what she gave to the community, what she gave to her church, what she gave to the man on the corner, the same type of love. And to experience that type of love and encouragement and pure heartedness is truly what I felt like gave me the sense of just being, learning how to just purely love, purely give. And she she wonderful.
All right. That is beautiful. Mimi, how about you?
Man, that question is real powerful for me, and it hit home because it's hard for me to narrow it down because I come from powerful women lineage, right? And the 3, 4 women that comes to mind were soldiers. They were soldiers in every essence of the word and being. And that's my grandmothers, both my maternal and my paternal grandmothers, and my mother, all who have transitioned. Um, but they're so powerful. Like, I mean, what Paris just said, the love covers a multitude, y'all. And their love is what speaks and passed down to these generations. Like my grandmother, both of them, they're not gonna hold nothing back, right? But like my granny, like it was 26 grandkids, 26 grandkids, and how big her heart was that I guess it wasn't enough for us because she offered her door and her house to everybody else in the community. We like, Grandma, who is this? And she just was helping somebody else, and she turned her apartment building into she started renting out the rooms just so the people who were within the community who was having a hard time could have a place to stay, could have a place to go. And they'll say, "Hey, Miss Shaw," and they respected her so much in the community. And her essence that passed down to my mother and my grandmother, who my mom attached herself to, was my dad's, and she was the same exact way. And the love is what connected us all together. You would never ever be able to tell my mother's side from my father's side, because when we come together, it's all love. So it's no division. It's not like, oh, they're my daddy people, they're my sister people. We just be coming together. Hey, TT, however, and that's the resemblance of the love that trickled down from such powerful women. And what they started, we will continue. So
Dope.
it'll have to be my grandmothers and my mother.
That's dope. All right. Got it, man. It's great to even have those powerful queens so close to you, to be tangible, to have that much influence on you. Some of us, well, not some of us, but some people, they don't have mothers, they don't have grandmothers, or ones that even took time with them. So it's always dope to hear one talk about their mothers and grandmothers and their strength. So Maria, how about you, baby girl?
And I got, sorry, it's 2 women in my life. My grandmother, who's not here anymore, and my mom. Um, I'm trying not to get emotional, so give me a
It's
moment.
okay.
My grandmother was so dope. Like the strongest woman I know. The strongest woman I know. Like she worked until she could not work anymore. She did whatever she could to make sure that her family was straight. It was nothing that we didn't have. And the morals that she taught us. Well, Mimi had said something about her grandma, like, they was very bold. Like, like they didn't care what they said to you, but they was still teaching you something, like that old school grandma mentality, you
Right.
know. And it also kept you on your toes. They didn't let you get away with nothing at all. So, and it's like I miss that upbringing, because it's like they instilled everything, like morals, understanding, love, respect. They instilled all of that in you, and that was something that my grandmother did with all of us. She didn't let us get away with nothing at all. And to have that type of person in your life that's going to tell you the truth whether you like it or not, because they know what they're doing is basically molding you into being a respectable person that I am to this day. And I miss that within my grandmother. Like I said, she was very dope. My mother is not the type of mother that, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You got some mothers out there that would take up for their children and
Mm-hmm.
not really hold them accountable for what they do. And it'd be times where my mother would sit there and tell me about myself. I'm like, well, I'm your daughter. But in the same token, is you still teaching me right from wrong. So it gets to the point to where it's like, because of my mother and my grandmother, if you done something to me, I can't return that back to you because it's not in my heart to do so. Even though you hurt me, even though I felt like you betrayed me and anything else, I have to keep on doing what's right. Because one thing about it is, I think a few times out of my life, I did try to be petty, right back to the person. And because I know better, guess what? I didn't get a chance to dwell in it for too long because God smacked me right down like you know better. All right, you want to do that? Fine,
Yeah.
cool. Because I was taught not to do that. So my mother and my grandmother, they taught me so much, and especially with my grandmother because we came up in a time to where even at those times things were hard for women. But my grandmother, she worked. She worked. She went to work every day. She took us to church every Sunday. She and yeah. So I'm very grateful for those two women right there because without them I would not be the woman that I am today. So
That is dope. I would say for me as well, my grandmothers, both of them were dope as hell. And it's something about those grandmothers. I don't know. The grandmothers today probably the same way because I don't give a I'm, and I'm a grandmother now, so the older I get, the more I be telling it like it is too. But I remember that especially my father's mother, like she would tell people they ugly. Like she just didn't care, like, what she would be like, "Ain't no need lying," like, they know how they look, just the different things, but
what?
yeah, my grandmama's a mess, she was a mess, but a
They
good
don't
woman,
care. They
but
don't care.
it just don't care, like, I remember especially, like, I have always been into cutting my hair, like, she's the girl, but she would always hate it, so I come over, she'd be like, what you doing with your hair now? What that's supposed to be? That's ugly. Like she just be like, that ain't for you. And I'd be like, I thought I was cute. No, you're not cute. So I have to respect the transparency that she had.
Yes.
But she took in everybody from the neighborhood too. So like she was everybody's granny, and I think that's the beauty that teaches us how to love because even kids will be like, well, when you kids, you might talk about kids that don't have as much or whatever. She'll be like, tell them to come on up in here and get them something to eat. Y'all know the boy ain't got no
Yeah.
food at home. Y'all know they don't be feeding the boy. You know what I'm saying? Like she gonna feed the boy, but tell you what it is. We
Mm.
gotta respect, just the women that poured into us. But she would always instill in me to just be myself. Don't be trying to be nobody else for nobody. Just be yourself. But she would always say, but still look like something, because they had a thing, and that goes back to you guys know, like back in the 60s and 70s, our people had such pride in the way they went outside, the way they dressed, the way they looked, and things of that nature. How do you guys feel about that? About especially being that Maria, like you just said, Maria Monique is now your brand. Okay, Paris, you are your brand. You're an artist of different creative skills and talents. Millionaire MeMe, your brand is that of the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? How important do you guys think it is for you to maintain a certain image to coincide with your business? Or do you think it even matters? We'll start with you, Paris.
I think it matters a lot. I think you have to be what you're selling. So if I'm selling anything that has to do with wellness, photography, film, I I want to look like that, meaning that I'm well within myself that you want to come to me to be well. So I don't have to keep telling you and preach. You looking at my life, how I present myself, I she knows how to be well. So therefore I'm leading my life by example. I wouldn't want to buy a product from anyone that's talking about hair products and their hair isn't well kept, isn't clean, isn't healthy. So I think that is honestly one of the most important things because that's what people see. They're visual people. So they see your appearance, they see how you carry yourself, they see that before they even really hear you speak and everything else. So that has to first be aligned for whatever you're trying to push out. I feel like you need to be. I need to be wellness if I want people to come to me for massages. I need to take quality pictures. I need to take quality film. I need to do things at a high quality so that I am exactly what I'm trying to give out.
I agree. I agree. That's a great answer. Maria, what about you?
I definitely feel like appearance is a must, especially with me myself. Again, like I said earlier, I dealt with a lot of self-esteem issues in the past of me not really actually loving me for who I was. So here it is, I'm doing things that's not of me because I'm trying to fit in the crowd. So what got me to be like, okay, Maria, what made me start loving myself more is when I started locking up my hair. When I
Okay.
started locking up my hair, that's when it was just like, okay, this is who you are. You know, you're not the wigs and the weaves and all that other stuff because you know what it is that I was trying to fit in because that's what everybody was doing. And
Right.
with me doing that, I was not happy with who I was. I would look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, are you really pretty? But no, I look myself in the mirror now and be like, baby, because I love
Yeah.
myself now. And so it's like if I'm not if I'm not oozing out that energy of me loving myself and me being confident within myself, how can I expect myself to even help anybody out when you coming on Maria Monique Speaks? Because you got to understand and see that you came from something and now you're something else. Like people will sit there and say, well, she used to be this, she used to be that. Well, like I told Mimi not too long ago, I used to shit and piss on myself too, but you can still call me a baby. Let's get it together.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, what it is that I have grown to love me so much, and I'm gonna show it in my walk. I'm gonna show it in my clothes. I'm gonna show it in my hair. I'm gonna show it how I work myself. So yes, appearance is everything. I do believe in that wholeheartedly.
You better go, girl. I mean, yes, all that, boy. It was so many sound bites up in there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, Mimi, come on and bring it home, girl.
Oh goodness. So your question. State the question just one last time because I got so much to say and I want to make sure I stay on target.
Okay. All right, all right, all right.
Just one more time because I
So,
want to say because to sum it up.
how do you feel about appearance, your look representing your brand? And do you feel like you need to look a certain kind of way to represent your brand, or does it matter?
So it definitely matters. But here it is. Everything is critical and I'm doing a real okay. I am the owner of Forever Soaring and Elevating. Forever Soaring and Elevating comes from my testimony. Um, there was a time where I didn't love myself as much as I should have. And during that time, I may have looked a certain way. However, that look is important to my journey
Yes.
because now people see me now and they say, oh, I remember when. However, when I put the pieces together to bring them along the way, that look that I had then and that look that I have now are both equally important because you have to understand that yes, I went through some things, but it didn't have to stay the same. And with what I'm building with it, forever soaring and elevating, I want you to know that regardless of whatever, you're going to forever soar and elevate. So I think they're both equally important. It depends on the person's journey, but you should always present yourself with integrity, and you should always present yourself with respect, and you should always present yourself with love. Those things, like I feel like they help produce the person. I believe a person dressed based off of certain things that they're dealing with on the inside. And it's like you understand what I'm saying? Like
Yes, definitely.
if it's something on the inside of me that's feeling a certain type of way, what I wear on the outside is really reflecting that. Even though I may try to tell you if you don't like it, no, whatever the reason is because of it. But that's my story. That's my journey. And you can't shame me because I am me. So yes, everything about me is and dang, that's my saying. That's my you can't shame me because I am me. So with that being said, yes, your the way you look, the way you present
Outer
yourself,
appearance.
your outer appearance is very important. But don't get lost in just looking at outer appearance because that could be somebody's cry for help.
Yeah,
Because so
That's
many
true.
yeah.
times I cried for help. And people didn't get it. You know, they was confused by the smile, but deep inside I really want to help, but I didn't want to look weak.
Mm. Yeah, that's one of the things I've definitely honed into with boss conversations. You guys are conversation number 32. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm happy about
Yes,
that.
let's go.
Um, but within doing all of these different bosses, there are certain cries that I saw or see with certain people. And I do agree with you that sometimes people look a certain kind of way because they doing the best they can with what they got, and they don't want to look a certain kind of way, but they don't have anything better or they don't
Mhm.
know better. Some people don't know how to make their food look good. Like I
Yep.
know some people who really can cook quite well, but the way they stage their food is like, oh my God, like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
if you would
You're
have
right.
just, and then you're like, if they would, but you can't just, everybody has their own journey. So sometimes you could, offer advice to people, and some people will take it, some people it flies over their head. We're all at different stages, but I do believe that if you have a brand that no matter whether you choose or not, whatever you wear is going to be the representation of your brand. And I
Yes.
think that that's what some people need to realize, that whether you say, there are people, you got to be careful when people be watching what they be like, you was talking about me. Let me tell you something. I just know some people who have done events, where they catering and stuff like that. And when they came in to serve the food, I'm like, okay, sis ain't had a chance to get dressed yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because
no.
she's bringing the food in. You know what I'm saying? But then the event start, and you got a classy event that you catering,
Are you
and you
right?
still got on your pajamas, like
Yeah,
you
that's
got
not
on this
okay.
old dusty sweater, and then you back here trying to serve somebody food. Now, if
And
you
I
at an
want it.
upscale event, it's some people who really cannot compartmentalize those type of things. And so I believe that these conversations are good to have, because some people just hearing it, they might actually think about it. But really, you
Mm-hmm.
have to dress for your occasion. It's like I try to dress for my bosses. If I know your energy, I try to match it. You know what I'm saying? And if I
Mm.
can't match it, then I just do what I'm gonna do. But for the most part, I can feel what some energy is. I'm not gonna be all dressed up with somebody that's hood. No, that's the day I
Mm-hmm.
get to relax and throw on a t-shirt and I'm good. So I
Mm-hmm.
do think that, people, it is important that we look at our appearance. And as Black women, we are judged so much on everything that we do. Now, I don't think we should try to look like every build a bitch out here. I
Come
don't.
on now.
That's not what I'm saying. So I don't want nobody to go and take this and try to run the other way with it, because
Make
that's
it
not what I'm
plain.
saying. What I'm saying is within your scope, your natural body, built body, whatever it is, that you just take pride in yourself as a brand. That
Mm-hmm.
is you are the representation of you. And so that's why I like having queens like yourself, because I knew you guys all take your brand seriously. And so, these are the type of women that I want to display for other women to look up to and know that, look, all three of them are coming from totally different arenas, but they all take their arenas very seriously,
Absolutely.
as women in business.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, so when it comes to business, Paris, how how do you define success, whether it be
Um,
as a person or in business?
I honestly define success with feedback. I feel like I'm successful when I am actually beneficial to someone's life. If I have in any way enhanced and mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that's when I feel like I'm successful. When I actually have product of my seeds. So it doesn't mean anything to me if I can't give to anybody anything that I have. To have all this within me and not be able to enhance or help or give or exchange, then it's like what's the purpose? So I feel like that's when I feel the most successful, is when I get people that tell me the next day after they get a massage that they're able to stand up straight. That's when I feel successful. And even a little bitty, well, I wouldn't even call them little success, because I had a marijuana man tell me the other day just on the street. I something in me just said, give him a hug. And I usually question stuff like, man, people gonna think I'm weird. But I just gave him a hug and he looked at me and said, you don't know how much I needed that. That makes me feel successful. That makes me feel like I'm living in a purpose to be able to affect someone else in a manner that changes them to be better. That's when I feel a sense of I'm successful.
That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, okay, okay. Maria, Maria.
I will have to honestly piggyback on what Paris said because that's definitely what it is. Like when you get people to come to you and be like, man, like that really helped me. You know, even when it came to Muriel Monique speech, like to have the people come on the show and then able to talk and be like, man, I was able to be myself. I was able to be open. There was no judgment there, you know. And even when people watch my show and they hit me up, like, man, Maria, that topic is really dope. Like, man, I see things a little different now. So you're definitely feedback because, you know, what's the purpose if you're not helping nobody out? So I'm definitely on the same page with Paris when it comes down to that. Even when it comes to my jewelry business, again, I make my pieces for a purpose. And when I sell my pieces, I tell everybody what's in their piece and why their piece was made the way it was. And so they'll come back to me and be like, man, this has really helped me, you know, or they like the piece and they'll come back and get another piece for their children or anything in that nature. So, yeah, definitely the feedback is definitely what it is because that lets you know that you're doing something right.
All right. Yes, yes. All right. Mimi, how do you define success?
Success to me is just doing it. You're doing it. Whether I win or lose, I can't lose. Number one, this is a fixed fight. I cannot lose. I'm always going. It's always going to work for
Come
the
on.
better of me. And that's just because that's the way it's written. So when you have that made up in your mindset, you can't lose. Success is just doing it because whether you win or lose, you're gonna if you call yourself quote unquote losing according to the way of the world or whatever somebody else tell you that the success should look like, you're still gonna have a lesson in it. And in that lesson, you know what not to do the next time or what to do the next time. You get what I'm saying? So if I
Yes.
never did it, I wouldn't know. So my success came out of my growth. I'm going to grow. So whether I lose or win, I'm going to grow because it depends on the situation. So success to me is just doing it. Do it. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Do it because you can't lose. That's
Hey,
just the way I do
Okay.
it.
You
my
can't lose.
that my guy.
Yes. Man, Maria. Now we talking about success. You guys are all successful business women and mothers, okay? And I do know, I believe, Mimi, you're married, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. This look, we got everything across the board here, okay? We
That's
got
the
the sing
testimony.
we got the singulars up top, right? We got somebody that's in a relationship, and then we have somebody who is married. So,
He's in the singlers.
Did she say singlers?
Singlers. I'm
Singlers.
singlers.
Paris, you hear me, girl? You hear me? So, with that being said, look, Maria, how do you balance being a businesswoman, having your own podcast with you guys? Please make sure you go follow her as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to her YouTube. This is how I found these queens because she gave me an invitation a year ago to sit on her show. And so I found them. We locked for life. We've been locked for life since
Yes.
then. And this is the first of hopefully many of their, you know, coming on the show, and we're talking about some things because I'm definitely ready to come back on her show. But with that being said, your show, you working from home, you're making jewelry, you are a awesome mother, and you are a good woman to a king. Now, how do you balance all of that? What keeps you? What are some of the things that you do for those mothers that are trying to figure out how they could just balance maybe two of those things? What do you do to kind of keep your level headedness?
Uh, First of all, I'm doing all of this by the grace of God. It's for His help. Because look, a lot of mothers look at me and with one child and be, how you do it? And I be hearing them fussing. I'm like, okay, you want to switch? You know, you can see how good you got it. Like, come on now, you can't be fussing over one child. Like you can even
Leave
step
us alone.
right. Oh, okay. You talking about you? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, but still, I'm like, I I won't try to talk about you. I apologize. But no, I I do have a lot of women that come to me, especially my cousins lately, because I have been able to kind of tap back into my family more so and my sisters. And they have watched me struggle. They have watched me struggle for years with my children. And but they also watched me come out of what I was in. So when it comes down to when they get to talking about how things are so hard for them and everything else, I'm the one that kind of like this pushes them, be like, hey, come on, get up, stop all that crying, get out that corner, get out there and do something for yourself because you're not gonna do anything sitting here crying. Because for me, I know many times I was hurt, and yes, you do need to go through that healing process, but you can't stay in it for too long because that's what holds you back from really getting to where you need to be. And I look at my past and how I had let that hurt just keep me doormat, complacent to where I wasn't doing anything because that's all I could think about was that hurt. But I had to teach the women in my life when I see them just being stuck in that one place, is just telling them like it's not going to be easy, but you got so many people that's watching you, and that needs you to move forward. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. Coming out of a relationship, that's hard. But you gotta move forward because you seeing that person move on with their life while you still sitting over here crying and stuff, hoping that they come back. But you gotta move forward. So I honestly think my life is a testimony to a lot of women that's close to me because they seen me go through it. They seen me go through it. I have been homeless. I have been from house to house. Like I have been through it all to where it's like now the way God has blessed me to be able to do the things that I was not able to do before. It's like I can see another woman and I could tell when she's hurting because I've been in that place. I could tell when you walk into the room, something just in me, I just feel it. I'm like, okay. And then you'd be like, should I say something? Should I start a conversation with you? Because I feel like it's something that's on me that you need to hear to
Right.
uplift you today. So it's so much I can say on this subject right here because that's I'm all about women empowerment. That's all I'm about. I'm all about just basically empowering the woman, sticking up for our sisters, just letting them know in so many words, I am my sister's keeper.
Come on.
So I just remember my story. I tell my story and I let them know that it is not the end of the road. You're gonna get through this. And because they seen me go through it, they know it's true. So my life, like Mimi was saying earlier, like those clothes I wore back then, that was for that time in my life. These clothes right now is where I'm at right now. So you seen me go through my journey. So my journey was meant for a reason. My journey was meant to, hey, it was meant for you. My testimony was meant to help you. So
Right.
I'm grateful. So yeah, that's my answer.
All right. Me. That's her answer. 200. Alex, give us that answer for 200. Now, Mimi, Mimi, what are you coming with, girl? I need to know. Okay. You
So
remember the question? You
yeah,
got it?
you said
Okay.
basically how do I balance it all?
Yes.
Being a, balance all the hats that I wear plus being a wife, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say it like this: faith without work is dead, and work without faith is also dead.
Mhm.
So if you want something to work, you gotta have faith. If you don't got faith, it's not gonna work. A matter of fact, because there is a such thing, because there's, regardless of what anybody else wants to believe, there's dark and light. Period. However you wanna, there's dark and light. So faith without work, what that looks like is like you may get some things done, but your rewards will not be perpetual. Faith with the work, you're going to have perpetual rewards.
Mhm.
So balance it all is all based off of my faith. I put my faith in the power source. I put my faith in God. I believe in God. So that's my power source. So therefore, as long as I'm following and trying to stay connected here and making sure this, I'm going to have perpetual success, regardless of what it looks like. So that helps me have balance though, because I'm not carrying it all. You know what I'm saying? Is I'm carrying only what's meant for me for that day. because I'm tapping into that power source. So therefore, whatever my children need, I'm asking. I don't want to miss nothing. So I'm asking, help me make sure that I address those needs. Whatever my husband needs, let me help me address those needs. Whatever my business needs, help me address those needs. I'm honoring, I'm thankful every day, an attitude of gratitude. So I'm thankful. I'm honoring those around me. I'm loving those around me. So therefore, I'm making sure what I put out, I'm getting back in. So that balance, that creates a balance. It's like a what is it, a force field, what is that, the little circle thing, and it's just power in that circle. So therefore, regardless of when I'm feeling like, oh my God, the power source not gonna let me fall. So I may look like this sometimes, but I'm still standing. That's because my faith is in it, and my work is too. So it's not me myself. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to know you guys. I'm honored for everything, but it's not because of me. It's because God put us together. God said, you guys are phenomenal women. And so when he put us together, guess what? He ain't do that like right before that. After he pulled me out of me trying to do the faith, were work without the faith. I was doing the work without the faith. That's how I ended up in a domestic situation. That's how I ended up staying. That's how I ended up dealing with the abuse. That's how I ended up dealing with everything, because I was doing the work without the faith. But then when I put the faith first, and then allow him to show me the work, but that came with hurting in order to heal, then there became things, the rewards that came with it. And my husband was one of those rewards. And then in that, my children, it's just so many things that just started to perpetually come back to me. And even in that, being healed enough to even take the opportunity when I met Maria, to even go on Maria Monique, to even see you guys. When I first met you, it's so crazy because your name in my phone is Boss Janeah. Okay, I said that, like, that's in my phone. I got a text thread where I said, "Girl, this is your name in my phone." Like, and when I first met you, you said something to me. You said you an empath. Do you know that? But you gotta appreciate every bit of the journey and take whatever pieces I left for you in that journey. So within doing that, the faith led the work, and that led to me being able to balance it all. And I don't take credit for none of it all, but I'm glad to be used.
Yes, God.
All right, come on now, Paris, bring it on in.
Well, I'm single and I don't have but one
Where do
child.
you go?
So
It's common, Paris.
my hats are a little bit different, but what I will say is, for me personally, I take everything slowly. Um, Whether it be me learning a new craft, my business, my relationships with friends, family, anything, I do spend a lot of time alone because I believe I from the old people that, well, I won't call them old people, but yes, they said whatever you do,
Elders.
elders, whatever you do or whatever you're doing, slow it down. And that is my philosophy in life. So I take my time with everything. So I get up so that I'm able to take in what I need, send out what I don't. But that requires me to spend time with myself. That requires me to have an adamant time each day to just focus on me so that I can give to my family, to my business, to my outside family, to my community. It requires me to be at a center place within myself. So until I'm centered and grounded and in a place of peace, then I'm unable to really give out and do everything I need to do. So that's my daily routine. I start my day out with quietness, a little sage, clean my house up from the previous day if I didn't clean up that night, just to keep my mind and start off with a fresh start. That way I'm able to process everything I need to do for the day and then take the action. I do want to do so much more for my community. So the better I can be, the better I can be for everybody else. All right.
That is so true. So true. You have to start with you because you can't save nobody if you need a life jacket, a life vest, a life raft, anything
We all gonna
yourself.
drown.
It's a lot of people drowning trying to save everybody else, but you really have to work on yourself first. And I even for me, like what I do to just one thing I do is I listen to my intuition and I just put myself first. I ain't gonna lie. I decided a couple years ago to grant myself the permission to be unapologetically selfish. And it is something that I have decided to live by for the past couple years because everybody else is doing it. And it doesn't mean I had to learn that. It doesn't mean that I can't help people. Doesn't mean that I'm not I don't have sympathy for people anymore, that I don't do things for people, because that's all I do is things for other people. But what I've done is stop doing for them before I do for myself, and really do a check-in with myself, like, how are you feeling? Do you even have the energy to do this for them? If you do this for them, is it going to take away from what you need or what your goals are? So I just decided for me to just listen to me. I rest when I need to rest. I don't let anybody overwhelm me with their situations. If somebody comes to me with anything that's too overwhelming and my energy gets all messed up, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm good. Like, I'll talk to you later. Like, yeah, I'm sure you probably need this solved right now, but that's your problem, not mine. And I can't really get my energy all messed up like that. So I do believe that, because let me tell you, people will be all up. They will have all their energy all over you. Have you doing all kind of shit out of your own character just
Yes.
because they want to spread that infectious energy that they have.
Ugh,
And it's usually, that bad energy is real infectious. You can
yes.
feel it when it come up in a room. You be like, damn,
Oh,
who
right.
was that? What I'm saying? Like, who came in with her? Oh, nobody. Oh, that was her.
How you be name? How I hit you? How I hit
Like, oh, that was her. Damn, like, girl, who
you?
that walked in behind you? Okay. So, girl, we got to be checking for these energies out here, because these energies, okay, that's why we got to be calling our girl Maria. Like, can I get some selenite?
Some
Can
some
I get
bad
some black
energy be gone.
tourmaline or something? Because these
Mm-hmm.
these people over here is evil. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies, we don't have much longer. Time sure does fly when we're talking. So we're gonna have to probably make this a part one, because
Yes.
there's so much for us to talk about. But there is one thing that I wanted to ask you guys, and I definitely don't want to go without asking this question. What would you? I'm gonna start with you, Mimi, because you got the longest wind. So I'm gonna let you take it first, baby girl. Mimi,
I be trying to be breached all day.
you doing good. You doing good, sis. You are. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. But what would you tell your 20-year-old self today to better prepare you for today's version of you? Think about a 20-year-old, 23-year-old, 21-year-old young lady that is looking up to you. Oh, girl, you gonna make me. See, she want to make us cry. But I
Love
love
yourself.
it. Yes.
Love yourself. And don't let nobody shame you because can't nobody be you.
Come
You
on,
better say
Queen.
that.
Come on, Queen. Come on.
A lot of part of my life, I I've pushed myself. Like I've always been a helper. Like I say, I'm a servant. But because society society didn't accept me, I didn't accept myself. So while I would push and build up somebody else, I never did that for myself. And
Beautiful.
learning to love myself, I'm able to have everything that I was searching for all along. But what it took was for me to love myself. So if I look 20-year-old Muriel in the face, I say, boo, you got it already. Don't look no more. Love
Come on.
yourself. You got this. I don't care what nobody else say. Love yourself and take off. Sit.
Damn, that was beautiful, sis.
Yes.
That man. All right. Maria. Come on, sis. She done got us started.
She always do that. Just got us all teary eyed. Like, but I said
Yeah.
to me tonight. Okay, but well, no, I will have to follow up with Mimi. Definitely love yourself. And tell my 23-year-old self is that you're not even gonna recognize yourself. At the age of 38, you're gonna be like, is that really me? Like, I honestly think if I had a chance to actually really go to my 20-year-old self, they'll probably be shocked to see where I'm at right now. This would be like, like I'm the older you. And they'll probably be like, nah, it can't be. Can't be. It can't be you walking around with your head up high and feeling so confident about yourself. This is you? This is me? So yeah, so it's like, if anything, I would go to my 20-year-old self and be like, look forward to this.
Okay.
Look forward to this, because baby, it's coming and you're gonna love it.
All right. Come on, Paris.
Well, self love is the main thing, but I would say to my 20-year-old self, give yourself grace. Like, be graceful on yourself. You don't have to have it all figured out. It's going to come to you when it's meant to be. Because I think at that age, you're just trying to figure it out. You're so anxious. You want everything. And sometimes you beat up on yourself a lot because of the expectations of everybody around you, only to when you get older to know that your path was exactly the way it needed to be and the way it had to be to develop you to be the person the exact way we are right now. So I believe it's give yourself some grace, baby. Be that's it. That's all. Be gentle on yourself, and that'll take you a long way.
I totally agree with all of you all. Self-love and Paris, you really hit it on the head. I would definitely tell my 20-year-old self, like, have grace with yourself. But I would also add to my 20-year-old self is the girl, have patience, because you know you're a hot mess. Okay. It's gonna be a journey, okay? You just need to chill out, okay? You need to chill out. Okay. So let me tell you something. My 20-year-old self, woo, baby. I'm only a smidgen away from her, but I've moved a little bit, okay, towards the better, towards the glory, towards the glory of God. You know what I'm talking about? But I would definitely tell my 20-year-old self, girl, just have patience. We
Yeah.
don't know where you're going. Even when you get 43, you still don't know where you're going. But
Hmm.
as long as you staying positive, still loving yourself, then
Hmm.
it's okay because our journey is never really completely defined until not just us are gone from this earth, but until our legacy, our memory is gone, because your journey is still going to be defined afterwards when your kids tell your stories, and when your grandkids tell our stories. So keep searching, queens. We're gonna keep searching. We're gonna be keep searching for love and self love even more as long as we live, because we go in and out of things. There are things that can happen that could bring us back, that can trigger us. So I do think it's important as women that we pay attention to triggers, pay attention to the things that trigger you, that make you feel a certain kind of way. Because if you can avoid triggers, you can make your life a lot more peaceful, a lot more calm. If you already know a certain person triggers you, then certain days you don't, if ever, don't need to be dealing with those people. But if you're already struggling emotionally, stay away from the narcissist. Stay away from those people who just like to trigger you, who just like to. It's some people who love to spar. They
Yes.
like to, argue and go back and forth. So I really do think as women, we have to find every avenue we can to keep peace and alignment in our lives, because not only are we women, we birth the world, but we all have little ones looking up to us, right? And so the way we cope is how they're going to cope. So we definitely have to, take all of that into play. So we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to ask you guys one more question. I want you to answer the question. Then when you're done, let the people know where they can find you, your social media and all that good stuff. And it's an easy question. It is, do you have any last gems or nuggets to give to the women out here, women that are trying to, we do talk about bossing women. So I want you to kind of focus on the women that are being bosses, that are struggling right now, who feel like they're overwhelmed, who feel like they don't know if they can go on, if they should go on. And, or a woman who's like, man, should I step out here on my own? Any gems or nuggets that you have, go ahead and drop them for them. We'll start with you, Paris.
I would first say always remember who you are. Everything that you need is within you. So there will be times that you may feel discouraged or you want to give up. And yes, we all do need a team. And I would say one thing, don't be afraid to ask for help. Sometimes we can start things, and even if it's something that we branded on our own, know when to ask for help from the right people. Know when to reach out when you're overwhelmed, when it starts, your passion doesn't feel like a passion, it feels like just work and a burden. Take the time to get the right help that you need, because sometimes that is what we need. We do need each other, we do
Mhm.
need help. And don't be afraid to ask for help, but also take the time and the space you need to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you got to be in tune with your star player, and that's you. So whenever you feel out of loop mentally, everything else is going to go after that. So really center yourself, get yourself in a place where you can focus when your head is clear, and don't be afraid to draw in people that you need that can help you on your journey. Because you may be great on your own, but you'll get so much further with help.
Yes, yes, yes. Come on, Mimi.
What I would say to the ladies is first,
Oh, wait,
because
wait. So sorry. Paris didn't understand the assignment.
Hold on.
Ah, where can the
Yes.
people find you at?
she
I
gives it
need that. I
though.
need some business. So let me you can reach me on Instagram. I have a film page and then I have a artist page. My film page is Paris Paris underscore Valencia Valencia 22 deuce deuce wow. And that's for any film, photography, or massage. You can call me directly, text me, or email at 815-931-9686, or you can hit me by email, Paris, Parisda, as in dog apple, goddess, Goddess, at gmail.com. I promise you, I'm ready for you. So when you call,
Okay.
I'm going to answer.
Yes. All right. So make sure you drop all your information in our chat so I can just put a link up for everybody so they
Okay.
can click
Okay.
right on your stuff. Go ahead, Mimi.
Okay. So, oh, okay. So much. What? Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
All
So,
right.
what would be my message to the people? Right.
Yeah. Give it, drop a gem, a nugget, a
Yeah.
last little
Got
message.
you. So here's my gem, ladies, because we go through so much. I've already said what I said, so I don't need to go back to say it. But understand this: if you're hurting, hurt people hurt people. Take the time to heal. And in order to heal, you got to hurt. Hurt in order to heal. And then get back out there. And when you get back out there, understand this, that we are all supposed to be used, but we are not supposed to be misused. Do not allow nobody to misuse you. But yes, you are supposed to be used, but only in love and in ways that feels right. Love does not hurt. Okay. So, um, always be true to yourself. Don't look and compare at what your sister got, because your sister is not your competition. The only competition that you have is who you were yesterday. Who you are, the better that you want to become. You are your own competition, nobody else. And if somebody is competing with you, they're not meant to be in your circle. Keep your camp clean. That means that be true to yourself. If you see whatever you see, clean your camp up and keep it pure and be true to yourself. My last thing that I'll say is keep it keep it positive. You, whatever it is, you got it.
Mhm.
And if it's not positive, it's not it. Whatever it is, you got it. And if it's not positive, it's not it. Get it? That's my word. But
Tabernacle.
y'all, I want y'all. So we got Meet the Godfreys, y'all. We're gonna be I come from a people my children's grandmother, and I love her so dearly. Um Shell said, Mimi, you got characters. So she said they need to, you always spoke about them being on TV or being on, advertising. So we have Meet the Godfreys on YouTube. Follow Meet the Godfreys, y'all. On Facebook, I am Muriel Godfrey. When I talk about financial house, I build it from the ground up, meaning that I'm gonna make sure that you're covered in life insurance, because no one should be out here without life insurance. And when I say life insurance, I'm not saying 20 to $30,000 just to bury you. No, that's not the way it should be done. You set aside $100 or less. Like you set aside that $100 for them Jordans or whatever it is, but that $100 is gonna cover everybody in your house. There's no way that your shoes, I mean your house, your car, and everything should be insured, but the people in your house is not insured. That's not the way it goes. So after we do that, I fix credit. I do understand that sometimes we mess up, but I organically do it. We're not doing all the ways the other people. I ain't sending no shots to nobody, but we're organically doing it, because what I do once it's done, it stays. I teach you how to grow your money, deal with that in mutual funds and things like that, to make sure that your money is getting the best return. I'm not licensed yet in that, but I'm on my way. But I do have people that I'm partnered with that are right next to me, right hand, that takes care of that. What else? Something else I want to put out there. Oh, Millionaire Mindset on Instagram. Instagram, I am Millionaire Mindset Muriel. So Millionaire Mindset Muriel. Follow me. And anything else you want to know, just ask me. Y'all can reach me. My email is team TEAM MENKG. That's team TEAM Mary Nancy Kendall Godfrey at gmail.com.
All right, cool. All right, Maria, bring it on home.
The advice that I would give every woman out there is just honestly, just be yourself, love yourself. You know, that's how you will be able to attract the people that is meant to be around you. You know, also always do right by people, because no matter what, when those people that's around you, if they're doing something to you behind your back, it will be revealed, because at the end of the day, you are a genuine person, and all you do is put out the positivity to everybody. You don't try to hurt nobody. No, I don't know how many times things have been revealed to me, because I know I'm being good to you. I know I'm doing right by you. So those people who are not supposed to be around, they will pop up. You're going to get some sense of discernment about those people, and understand that certain people are not meant to be in your life for a lifetime. It is meant to be a part of your story to teach you something. And it's okay for those people to fall off. Like, if they not meant for you, they meant to fall off like a tender piece of meat on a bone. They slide right on off. You just not meant to be there no more, you know? So understand that everything is a process, and sometimes losing people, you have to deal with that. And another thing, I had it when Mimi was talking. Just honestly, just love yourself, be positive, understand that everything happens for a reason. Don't be so hard on yourself, and everything that's meant for you is meant for you. Can't nobody take that away from you.
That's it.
All right, where can the people find you?
You got MariaMoniqueBoutique.com. That's where you can get your jewelry at. If you are interested in working from home, working your own schedule, that is MMUBServices.com. You can actually go on there and schedule an interview. We do everything via Zoom, where I'm basically showing you how to sign up and start working on your own. And of course, Maria Monique Speaks. If you want to be a part of the podcast and tell your story, you can definitely reach me out on Facebook, Maria Monique Speaks.
Yes, yes. And I'm going to close it out by saying to you women out there, especially those of you that are thinking about starting a business, and it's it's not kind of, it's tough to start a business right now. We just went through a pandemic. Depending on whatever your business is, the cost of any products or services has skyrocketed. So one thing that I would say to you women out there, anybody really just trying to start a business or who has, is to be kind. Be kind to yourself and be kind to the people that you are servicing,
Yeah.
because you don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through, but you're going to go through ups and downs, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself. Don't really, a lot of people, they really, really, really come down hard on themselves, and especially over things that you didn't know, or you might have felt like you should have known. What you didn't know, you just didn't damn know, okay?
Right.
And be kind to yourself about that. Be kind and grateful that you found out. Be grateful that going forward you know better. Be grateful that you got the lesson. Be grateful it's not going to take 10 years for you to get the lesson. Be grateful and be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I have learned from so much from these bosses. And one thing I'm learning is, along with all the many things, is that everybody has a story and everybody has gone through something traumatic. So we don't know what level of trauma somebody is coming from. We don't know what level of trauma those actions are coming from. So just be kind to people. And I want to thank you ladies for coming on. This has been great. I knew it was going to be good energy, good conversations. I think that a lot of the things that we talked about could be inspirational for other women. I would love to come back and do a part 2 because y'all know we got so much more we could have talked about, but we just can't,
Yeah.
we can't do a 2-hour show. We just can't do a 2-hour show. But in respect of everybody's time, I definitely appreciate you ladies coming on and for us talking about what we did talk about. You guys, I'll get all of their information and put it up in the description and everything. Again, I'm on every Wednesday. Ladies, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and close the show out. You guys don't have to
Thank
leave
you.
if you don't want to. I'll be right back, but I'm going to go ahead and close the show out. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
It's a
Yes, I
dope
really
platform.
appreciate it. Okay, you guys. So here's another boss conversation. We're ending this one off. This is the end of Women's History Month. I love that I had these queens on. It's been a blessing. You guys make sure you come check us back next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.